Good morning. Welcome one and all, to Wake and Base. I hope y'all are doing well this morning. It's a beautiful day outside, from what I can tell from my little window here in my basement library that is very real. Construction costs you would not believe. For those of you who are in some colder climate, I know already was talking to Bobby here this morning. Sounds like it's pretty cold where you are, my man. So for that, be safe in the snow, and hopefully it warms up soon. And for the rest of you, I hope that you're just having wonderful weather, whatever weather you like. But we're not here to talk about weather. We're here to talk about Nathan East one more time. Last week, as I look over here to get rid of that, last week we were looking at Nathan East, the man, the myth, the legend, bass player on over 2,000 tracks in his career. Quite impressive. Career spanning over, let's see here, let's do a little bit of math. I think the first one I saw here is 1979, so that would be 77. 45, 6-year career. Not bad. And if I recall from his Wikipedia, he started playing in Barry White's band when he was 16. So even longer. This guy is amazing. And last week when we were looking through stuff, we were looking a little bit more broadly at his discography. So we were looking at a lot of American tracks, European tracks, Australian tracks, with our city pop tracks. And today, what I thought, since we barely scratched the surface back there, with all of that, is that we would go through and look a little more narrowly at what he contributed to the city pop genre, because there's plenty to go through there. So I'm going to say hello to everybody here in the chat. I think we're pretty good. Zayd Layla, I'm glad I can be on today's stream. I'm glad that you could be here too. It's wonderful to have you here. I know last week was a little bit of a low week. Everybody had work. Everybody was doing stuff, which is fine. Everybody's got to do those things. And you can always watch it later. And if for whatever reason YouTube gets upset at the stream, I will always post it on the Discord, so you can always find a backup there if need be. All right, let's switch on over and look at our man here, Nathan East. So, if you did not catch last week's episode, Nathan East, amazing bass player. Just to click a little bit here through some of his images. One of the things I love about this guy is you'll notice that he also needs more than 4 strings to exist, much like me. And he is known for playing this signature 5-string bass. And we're going to look a little bit more closely at this bad boy right here, because I found some schematics, and it is a very cool instrument. But this is the guy. He's got, I love how he has all these really cool flag inlays on the bass. So, just to give a quick overview of some of the people that he's played with that we would know. Cassiopeia. I think he did Masayoshi Takanaka, did some stuff with him. Let's just click through my tabs here real quickly, since I did a little bit of a cheat sheet. Yasuko Agawa. Don't know who that is, but we're going to check it out. Hiroshi Sato. Definitely know who that cat is. Charisma. Going to be a new one for us. Kahoru Kodhi Uruimaki. Man, I'm really getting my pronunciation first thing in the morning. Whew. All right. More Hiroshi Sato. Wonderful. Sadao Watanabe. We recently did, I think it's right over here. Yep. Maisha. We did that album here on Wake and Base, like, I don't know, 10 episodes ago. Something like that. So that's pretty cool. Henri. So we've got only 2 credits for Nathan East on Henri albums. One of them is this 16th Summer Breeze, and the other one is Cool. Make sure you get all 3 O's in there. And this is one that Bring Me to the Dance Night and Gone with the Sadness, recent tabs that I did, and absolute bangers. So we're going to go through, talk about those a little bit, check those out. All right, Cassiopeia, 20th anniversary best. So, Cassiopeia, you might be saying, wait a second, he's not in Cassiopeia. Hold on a second there, buddy. You just hold on. Because Nathan East was in a band called Foreplay. Yes, not the Four Tops. Foreplay. And Cassiopeia, as we have seen with Cassiopeia versus the Square, which was T Square at Madison Square Garden. Ha 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 ha, funny name. 4x4, I never realized that was what the title of this is. It's the 4 of them in Cassiopeia times the four members at the time of Foreplay, which were Nathan East, Lee Ritner, I think it's Harry Mason on drums. I'm blanking. Oh, Bob James on keys. How could I forget Bob James? Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is an awesome album. I had somehow not given this a chance because I thought it was some kind of live version or something. This is just me being dumb. Anyway, amazing album right there. T-Square. So not just Cassiopeia, but also T-Square. Let me see some Abraham Laboriel, another amazing bass player. Not even going to try. Well, I guess I will. Kazumasa Oda. I don't know. All these things and more here on Wake and Bass. And of course, if you guys have any other suggestions or any other Nathan East trivia or information that you want to dive into, you let me know. But we're going to go through here and we're going to start by listening to what I believe is the earliest example of our Nathan East and City Pop. And I think we heard this last time, but it bears repeating because this is a cool song. Oh yeah, we got some Yoshino Fujimall in here too. All sorts of good stuff. So, Machiko Watanabe, Feel Free. Hey, morning Texas man, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. There it is. Oh, Dave. I've overloaded all my tabs. It's a good bass line, man. Yeah, that's some good stuff from Nathan East, man. Really perfect one to open up on because he's such a good example of being able to drive a song in the background and then pop out so perfectly. Not too much, but very noticeable. In the back, and then he pops out with these. Driving. Little pop out. And then when we get to the chorus, he just opens up. Yeah. Just that little stuff. Makes it good. All right, so I'm looking at Don Grushin here because he's the one who arranged this song, apparently. Oh, no, he didn't. Motoi Funiyama did. My bad. Oh! Man, what is that? It's like that Nashville breakdown. I don't know. That guitar sound just got me thinking of Nashville. Gotta feel free, baby. All right. Pretty good way to start it off with the old Nathan East there. Feel free. Very cool. Let's see, Machiko Watanabe. Let's check out her career real quick. Okay. 39 album releases starting in 1978. My goodness. Wow, look at this. So where are we? This is 1981. So her 6th studio album at this point. Quite established on CBS Sony. Very cool. It's got a little bit of that kind of Pointer Sisters kind of vibe there. So And as we looked last time, Nathan East played with the Pointer Sisters. Nathan East, all over the place in the most wonderful way. So, there we go. There's our first track there. Very, very cool. Hey, a gaming legend, or a game legend. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Speaking of Nathan East being on a whole bunch of random albums, last time we looked at an artist named Sam Harris. And when I saw this, I about fell out of my chair because this, I'm just going to be frank, and if there's any Sam Harris fans out there, I'm sorry, not a good album. I really tried to get into this one. It's just not good. However, I have it. And the reason I got this is because I was in a small town of less than 10,000 in Missouri, and I saw this for $1. And I thought, well, that's just the craziest, worst thing I've ever seen. And then I saw the front, and I was like, okay, that's kind of a cool outfit. You know, I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a spin. Yeah. From wonderful tracks like Don't Look in My Eyes to Inside of Me, asterisk, co-produced by Sam Harris. He wanted you to know that he co-produced Inside of Me. Ugh. We do get some cool, short overalls and a better shot of this. However, here's what I really want to show y'all. We got Nathan East, baby. Nathan East is playing bass on this monstrosity of an album. Right there. And Don't Look in My Eyes. There he is, Nathan East. So, I encourage all of you to check your belongings because you might have some Nathan East in there. And this is just the most random example. I have like 6 other albums with Nathan East on. I had no idea. It's very cool. Very cool guy. Alrighty. Hey, what's up, okay, Anna? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Jumping randomly through time, as we like to do. Let's see what else I got here on the old list. Toshiki Katamatsu, Office Lady. A wonderful track, a wonderful track. Listened to that last time, along with Galactic Funk. I just wanted to highlight and Feel Free, that laying in the background, pop it out in the front thing. It's a really, really good one. Okay, even though I've done this recently, let's listen to a little bit of Gone with the Sadness here. Check out that bass line. Is this a good one, baby? I don't think anybody minds a little bit of Henri. Sorry. Love these rhythms, man. Some good rhythm right there. You know what? Let's take a look at the rhythm here. See what he's doing. Whoop. If I can find it. this. In the last 10 seconds. Such a funky song. Such a funky song. So, this is the score that I made for this song. I'm sure everybody here already knows that. But let's just look at this here for a second, just to get a little bit of an idea of how he's constructing this bass line. So we got our little intro here, popping and slapping around. We're seeing a lot of eighth notes. A lot of moving eighth note figures here. So even though we see 16th notes, most of the time, even though these first two are what we call double ghost notes or double, I don't know, I guess you just call them ghost notes. Ghost notes can be different things on different instruments. On the bass, a ghost note is the idea of slapping or strumming a note while you're muting it in the other hand so that it creates a dead sound. But if you look over here, this is on the first beat 16th note, so that's going to be that eighth note feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and So even though we have a lot of ghost notes in this piece, they're almost always going to be on the offbeats. However, Nathan East, a lot of times, will fake us out by doing some extra things, or he'll switch it around, put the ghost note on the eighth note, have a little flourish, and like I said earlier, it helps pop out from this otherwise, what we call the homogeneous texture, something that's just one thing. So that one thing are the eighth notes. Now, when we get into the verse, it starts to slow down a little bit more. So we get this bum 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 ba-da-dum ba-dum ba-dum bum. A little bit more sustain. We get some quarter notes in here, things like that. But for the most part, it's all moving eighth notes. So if you're trying to figure out why is something funky, why does something have a drive, a groove that pushes forward, most likely lots of eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Yeah. And also, here's the Nathan East bass. This thing is so sick. So sick. Let's go into another track here while I look a little bit more into this instrument, and I'll tell you guys about it. Ooh, Galactic Funk Peak, yeah. Well, let's see if you want to hear. Ooh, man, I'm just crashing the mic today. I'm sorry, guys. Jackie Chan's gonna be upset at me over there. All right, let's do this. Galactic Funk Cassiopeia 4x4 is a good one. Is a good one. Just couldn't wait. Also, hands down, best version of Galactic Funk. Like, I think that's Sakurai. That's Nathan East, I think. Just tone. Yeah, that real aggressive. That's Nathan. Eat your heart out, Mario 64 music. I feel like this is the prototype track for Wave Racer music, Mario 64. What's that? Like that Dolphin Raceway or whatever on a Mario Kart, where that has that 6X solo. It's all based on this one. So good. So, for those of you joining us here, this is Cassiopeia 4x4, 1982. 4 members of Cassiopeia, 4 members of the group 4 play, which featured on bass Nathan East, They did a little 4x4. And this is Galactic Funk, first track of the second side. And man, as you can hear, it's just amazing. Tetsuro Sakurai, Nathan East, filling out the bass at the same time without overloading. This is crazy. Everybody's doubled. It doesn't sound crazy. I guess Lee Rittner's the only one on guitar here. Nope, I lied. Issei Noro's also on guitar. I gotta stop hitting this mic, man. This is just so crazy. And I'm gonna bet they recorded this in like 2 days. Recorded and mixed in 2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks. Very cool. Get all the solos now. This goes into the crazy solos. Alright, since this track is so long, I'm going to turn this down to the background here so we have some wonderful background music while I talk a little bit about Nathan East's instrument. I'm going to even turn this down just a little bit more. Alright, so what we have here is the BBNE2. Mouthful, but it stands for the BB Nathan East 2. So the BB 5000 is a model of 5-string bass that Yamaha came out with in 1982, something like that. And originally, I believe it was designed with Cassiopeia in mind. There was a period of time where Cassiopeia played pretty much exclusively on Yamaha instruments. They had a really, really good sponsorship. Their history of how they first got a record deal and got popular had to do with a Yamaha competition, so there was a lot of tie-in there. However, Nathan East, crushing it over on the West, they latched onto him, offered him this bass, because I do believe there were not a lot of options at the time for a 5-string precision bass of this caliber. So, anyway, now, this is what we have. This wonderful instrument here. And it is a 34-inch scale length, which is very, very nice. I believe that means, yep, it is a 24 fret. Which, 24 frets is almost, oh, no, that is what I have here. So when you have 12 frets, that is, and we're going to pause it right here, bam. It's starting to give me a brain cluster listen to that and try to talk at the same time. My bass right here, the Warwick Rock Corvette 5-string bass. Everything has such a long name. This instrument right here is similar to what we're dealing here with Nathan East. 5-string, and it is a 24 fret scale, or I guess scale length is the 34 inches. What does that mean? Every 12 is an octave. So an octave is when you play the same pitch, but now you have cut the wavelength in half if you go up, or you double it if you go down. So if I'm going to play, let me just do a D. I'm playing an open. There we go. I think that's a D. Yeah. And then I go to the 12. There's the octave up. And since I've got 24, I can also come up here and go one more octave up. That's pretty ding-dong high. I think a lot of instruments will go up to something like 20. Somebody fact check me on that. But I want to say it's going to be within, 1 or 2 of 20, something like that. But this thing's got 24. Maybe it's 22, I'm not sure. But for this instrument and that one, 24. Very, very long scale length. Quite a wide neck as well. That's your bass basic for the day. And we got some more. So the body, made of maple. Very, very nice. Neck, also maple. The wood has to do with tone production. So even though we're using pickups, which is picking up electrical or magnetic waves of the strings, using magnets to detect the field, the instrument still affects how that vibration occurs and makes a very substantial difference in the tone. Does matter. Fingerboard materials, ebony, fancy, soft, nice softer wood. 24, nut material, bone. Bone of what? His enemies? No, I'm kidding. I don't know anything about these pickups. Alnico, I don't know those. I should. And then all this other stuff, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, what does that mean? Let's look at it. This is what I really want to get at here. Ooh, what is the string gauge? I just saw it real fast. 45. Oh, that's standard. Okay. Cool. This is what I want to talk about here. This is one of those kind of not only an unsung hero, but a widely misunderstood, or just there's not enough knowledge about how these knobs work on instruments. And one of the reasons is almost every instrument model is different. If you're talking about what's the most standard that you'll see on guitars and electric basses, all those kinds of things, you're looking at a volume knob of some kind, and then probably some kind of either mixture knob or a tone knob. And it just says tone, but it's like, well, what tone? And if you look on the instrument itself here, and let's just get a nice little close-up. Can I zoom in? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look how wonderfully they're labeled. There's absolutely nothing on there. There's no indication of what anything on this is, nothing. So people just fiddle around until they find the volume knob, and then that's all they use for the rest of the time. It's just a volume knob, and they leave the rest of those alone, and they get all thrown in terrible positions, and people wonder why they don't sound good, and it's like, dude, all of your tone knobs are jacked up. So understanding this really is not only helpful as a bass player, but in this case, it explains a lot of Nathan East's consistency in his sound and why they made this instrument the way they did. So I talked last week about how my guess was that this bass has some custom EQ built into it, somehow accessible. And I don't want to say I'm right, but yes, I was right. This little switch here that says mid-cut on-off switch, that is what I was getting at when I was talking about some kind of built-in EQ control. So we'll get there in a second. Let's just start right and go to left. So we start with our neck pickup and our bridge pickup. And this is what we're talking about as far as the balancer. So if you are messing with this bridge pickup, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase. This is the volume knob right here. This one right here, master volume. This is the bridge pickup, neck pickup, volume balancer. So the mixture knob. Are you going to be more bassy? Are you going to be more trebly? Which is controlling which pickup you're accessing more of. So that most basic stuff. Then we come under here. These I have on my instrument. Actually, I don't have a mid. I only have a treble and a bass. But what these are boosts and cuts, which is important to understand, because if you're boosting a signal, you're adding. So I'm going to assume this is an active instrument, which means it has a little battery in it. So it's going to push more bass, which will not only make you bassier, it will overload your middle and high ends, which effectively to our ears pushes them down. So you always have to remember, every motion you make in EQ, it has a counteractive quality in other places. So and we'll look at this here in just a second in Reaper, where we'll talk about signals and how you can affect them and move them and change their intensity and curve and all that kind of stuff. Just to show you how Nathan East's sound, how this little switch works. But we've got our bass, mid, and treble boost cut right there. If you cut something, generally it is less dramatic. I don't know. There's a lot of argument over which is better. Do you want to add to cover up something you don't want, or do you want to cut the thing you don't want and risk losing some qualities over here? You can kind of imagine that as doing the Moises isolation tracks. You can get a pretty good isolated track, but there's some artifacts. Those are the kinds of things you're balancing out, you're trying to work with. Now, getting to the main show. This mid-cut on-off switch with a little knob. So what does this do? What this is doing right here is this has some kind of mysterious EQ curve that we can't see that you can turn on and off, and this controls, this knob, where that EQ cut, where that little thing is. Let's make that less abstract. Okay, so this is a program that allows me to look at sound frequencies as they're happening. So I'm gonna get my bass as middle of the road as I can here. So I'm getting a nice solid signal, and you can see how my instrument is picking up sound. Now, this thing is already, let me turn this off, there you go. Get more volume in there. So here's my totally unprocessed, uncompressed bass. Sounds spicy bad. But if you notice here, there's a lot going on in the 200 to 500 range. So let's say I didn't want that. Well, now I do this. And what that does is that starts to pull that down. So if I keep plucking, and I make this wider, it cuts that sound. And that's what's happening here, is that there is some kind of equation cut that looks something like this. That's probably going to be a little bit more on the smooth side and nowhere near as extreme as what I was doing. I just did that to show you so you could hear. But this is probably what it's doing, is something in that neighborhood. And if I turn on all my other gear here, okay, so I got my gear on, and I turn this off. You can see around 463, there's all this cut here. Let me see if I can get a freeze frame. So now, this is a really nice part of this program. You can see here where my EQ in my guitar rig, what it has done. It is boosting, or whatever the thing, all the EQ in this preset is done, it's making sure this frequency, 3.2 kilohertz, is one of the dominant frequencies for the pop, and for my slap, for that low end, it's giving me a lot in the 130. Why is it dipping me down at 350 at right here around 600, 500? That's mud. This is where mud exists. So if I play here, you can hear low, high, low, high. What if I come in here now, though, and do this? I just killed everybody. I'm so sorry. It's so loud, and it sounds immediately terrible. And that is the bass secret of the day for everyone whose ears I just killed. I apologize so much. Hey, what's up? J'étais. Hello from France. So good to see you. So good to have you here. Yes, so that is the idea right there of what Nathan East has got going on in his BBNE2. That's a crazy instrument. So all of the presets and gear that I have on my computer, or for a lot of people would have on their pedal board, such as a compressor and this custom EQ, both of them built into the bass. So at a price tag of $5,376, of course, manufacturer's suggested retail price, the those are some expensive pedals. I think you can achieve the same idea with a couple cheap pedals for a few $100s, and then you could get yourself a quality instrument for around $1,000, 5-string bass, and you could replicate very easily all the qualities of this instrument here. Sorry, Yamaha. But if you got the coin, I bet it sounds beautiful. And Nathan East, Yamaha, if y'all want to send me one, I would be happy to review it, and I will move after you send it to me so that I can keep it, and you'll never find me. All right, getting back to the show here. Hey, what's up? Dan Ham. Good to see you. Thank you. Or is it Danny Ham? I can't see. My eyes are so bad. Anyway, good to see you. Welcome. Whew, that was a long side tangent on Nathan East's instrument, but that was something I wanted to talk about for a while, so thank you for indulging me in that moment there. Now I want to see what else we got here as far as stuff that we haven't listened to from this playlist that I made of, just for a second, just to remind us here, Maisha, wonderful track from Sadao Watanabe. Nathan East, super good. And for those of y'all, again, just joining us, over 1,500 credits on Discogs, a confirmed over 2,000 tracks in his lifetime. Amazing artist. Truly amazing. LaToya Jackson, not such an amazing artist, sorry. However, Nathan East elevated it, made it much better. So I think right now we find ourselves somewhere in the neighborhood of 1985, 1987? Let's see where we are here. 1985. So Sadao Watanabe is what we're listening to here. Let's keep going from 1985. And if anybody out there has anything that they know that has some Nathan East in it, you let me know. I will play it. That's what I'm here to do. I also love that he's been on like 10 Kenny Rogers albums. He's just, the vibes ooze from this man. It's amazing. Getting that chill on. Well, let's hop into one of these. So we did the Weekend Fly to the Sun. We've seen Office Lady, Toshiki Katamatsu. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We did this, Cassiopeia 4x4. Ooh. I do love Yoshino Fujimon. This is a really interesting cat who's got what was the name of his album? Oh, self-titled, which is his third album, oddly enough. But this has, where is it? Midnight Plus One. I love that song. It's also got a lot of numbers. Freeway 5 to South. It's like he's trying to give us a code. Jake H. Concepcion, EPO, Makoto Matsushiba. Amazing. But let's look at romantic guys. Let's see here. So we got Abraham Laboriel and Nathan East. Okay, now I remember why I didn't put this on here. Because I was like, I can't tell who is whom. But I don't care. We're going to figure it out anyway. Yoshino Fujimon, romantic guys. There we go. Okay. There we go. Let's see what we got. Natsu no Ona. Cool. Wait a second. Oh, okay. I was like, this sounds like Chic. Volume. That's Nathan. That's our boy right there. Yeah, dude, that Broken heart. Man, if you hire Nathan East if you hired him in the 80s to do something for you, that was the best bang for your buck you could ever get. Because he puts he puts a lot of nuance in all these songs. Because it's a similar style, but it's not the same trick over and over and over. Awesome. Yeah, dude, Yoshino Fujimall. What? Okay, I've always had a bone to pick with that city pop playlist starter that they have on their Discord and the Reddit. I love them. They're amazing. I shouldn't be finding out about this just now. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. And at one part, that was absolutely, we're going to do a rewind. That was what was it? It's like a it's like a Baroque, it's breaking my brain. I can't even talk. It did this arpeggiated figure. That's this, very throwback to Baroque classical, organ style. That is absolutely a Castlevania theme. And I'm wondering now if somebody heard this and is like, I'm going to use that. Wait for it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to start looking up Castlevania music because then I'll just derail us. But man, yeah. Yoshino Fujimall, baby. Romantic Guys, Nathan East. So good. When was this? 1980? This was not 2002. 1982. La la la. Oh yeah. Dude, Koki Ito's on the keyboards and synth in this album? What? Dude, that's nuts. What if he was supposed to play bass and then he saw Nathan East and Abraham Laboriel just like, he's like, I'll play keyboards, guys. Dude, which is great. Like, oh man, I would have loved to be in that room with the three of them and just like have them bass out. That's nuts. Music history is fun. That's the real lesson that I want to teach, or I want to preach on this show. There's always some good stories in there. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yoshino Fujimall. Gonna have to check a lot more of this out. This might even have to be its own episode. Let's see. All right. Another 1982 person. I have no idea who this is. Masaki Ueda. No problem. Well, it's no problem for me to look it up and see what we get. Looks like we got exactly that. The man can do no wrong. Look at them goosebumps. Ah, that was dirty. Oh. Can this get louder? Oh, baby. Freddie, what? Freddie Washington's here, baby? Dude, I'm stank facing over here. This thing is killing me. I need more info. I'm getting like heavy ginger root. Getting vibes. I got a little reggae. This is cool, dude. All night long. I need to start doing that more in my life. That's such a good lick. Yeah, man. This is dope. Man, he's got a cool voice. Yeah, I'd buy this, man. This is cool. I'm sold off track 1. Now I have to get it. Boogie Woogie, baby. Oh, $3 bucks? Hell yeah. Let's go shopping. Birthday for me, baby. Oh man. $6 with $30 shipping. Ain't that how it always be? Alright, I'll do that later. Crazy good. So that's all right, baby. Hey, baby, need somebody? Brother Louie. We have to listen to 10 seconds of Brother Louie. Oh. Okay. What about, man, that punch is on the bass. The kick and bass are lined up perfect. Hell yeah, man. This is sick. What about Mr. Piano Man? Yeah, get Billy Preston in here. Is Billy Preston in here? Who's playing keys? Clarence McDonald? Ah! Well, I'm not too far off, I guess. Gloria Gaynor, Ray Charles. Hey, Mr. Piano Man. Yeah, this is such a Billy Preston feel. Nothing from a nothing leaves nothing. There it was. Oh yeah, man. Dude, you can't be sad listening to this. Masaki Ueda, No Problem, 1982. Featuring not only Nathan East, but Abraham. Is it Abraham or Abraham Laboriel? Don't want to say their names wrong. No, this one is just Nathan East. The other one had Abraham on him. Anyway, we got Freddie Washington also on bass here. Very famous bass player with Herbie Hancock. Who else did he play with? I thought was very notable. Anyway, amazing bass player. Clarence McDonald, who played with Aretha Franklin, Gloria Gaynor, Ray Charles. Definitely getting some Billy Preston vibes. Another wonderful soul pianist, singer in there. This is a cool album. Nice horn section. Greg Porty, never heard of him. Very cool. Very cool, very cool. Yes, Boogie Woogie. And the random... the James Brown hits. Very nice, Masaki. I like it. Okay, 1982. Very good. All right, we saw quite a bit of cool from Henri here. So this is 1984, Bring Me to the Dance Night. Or we listened to Gone with the Sadness. I also did Bring Me to the Dance Night, a tab. If you want to also look at the notation for that, it is pretty similar in terms of lots of eighth notes, lots of motion. I think Nathan East did bass on the entire album, which is crazy to think because this is such a successful album for her. Because I want to say she's got 37. Okay, well, I'm wrong. But the big ones, Heaven Beach, that's super big, arguably maybe the seminal album. Maybe Timely, that might be a little bit bigger. Bikini's also in there. Cool, but man, these four right here, this 1982 to 1984 run, that was her big slam dunk. Apricot Jam I thought was cool. I haven't listened to these other two, but just like looking at the stats of these albums, they really do well. And there you can see Timely has 11 versions, which is, I think, the most of anything else, and that is always a good indicator of how successful something is, how many times it was re-released. So these bad boys right here really did well for her. Now, to give her some... Oh, that was a different... Well, I'm not going to give her credit for her later albums because it wasn't her who made it, or she who made it. Maria Takeuchi has an album that comes out quite late in her career that I thought had some good stuff on it that I think people should listen to. But that's Henri right there, 1984. Issei Noro, Sweet Sphere. So this is our guitarist from Cassiopeia. Very cool dude. Came out with several of his own solo albums. And this is 1 or 2 years after 4x4. The Foreplay, which is Nathan East's band with Bob James and all those Lee Ritner cool cats with Cassiopeia. And he just pops up on a handful of tracks here. Pretty cool. Very kind of laid-back Issei Noro style, if that makes any sense, because he's not a really laid-back guitarist. He's pretty shred melody heavy, in the best kind of way. We already checked this out. Sadao Watanabe, Maisha, What's Now, was a great track. Daft Punk, okay, we're going too far to the future now. Random Access Memories, phenomenal album. I just cannot say enough good things about this album, not only featuring Nathan East, but also the wonderful Paul Jackson Jr. on guitar. So tasty. So tasty. Just like the tastiest. But again, that's an album reserved for itself, or an episode rather. Okay, here we go, 1987. Yasuko Agawa, Miss Mystery. Well, very mysterious. Got about 10 minutes left here in the episode, so we'll see if we can Scooby-Doo this one before we run out of time. Okay. Telefunkin'? There's a song called Telefunkin'? Well, I'm going to have to click on this version. I don't know. Sounds so good. In the night. So apparently somebody... Okay, hold on. This is like... It sounds so good it's breaking me. What does this normally sound like? Okay, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. This... Ooh, that's so full. Okay, so this dude boosted this with tubes. I can't get over it. The song is great, but the sound.
Like the love we make, then the magic seems to fade in the night. Something's just not right. It's just not right, baby.
I want to live in this song. Oh, it sounds so good.
each time, but now I've got to speak my
Vocals are a little hot.
Oh, baby, you don't know what a woman feels inside. A woman that's love after the loving's over.
I realize I'm blasting everybody out because this is so loud. I'm sorry.
But baby, you're wrong.
Oh, it's just so good.
What a woman feels inside. What a woman feels inside.
This is sick, dude.
What I want to do is protect you.
Damn, this dirty bass playing. The
Get right, 'cause you're the rainbow in my life. Lately when we're home,
damn, baby. This is...
sometimes I feel so alone. Ooh, I'll take care of you, baby. I got minus two. You don't know.
got -2. What?
A woman feels inside. A woman is love after the loving's over. You
Ooh, that was sick.
that your lady's satisfied, but baby you're wrong, 'cause you don't really know her.
Well, now it says Nathan East is on bass.
What a woman feels inside. What a woman feels inside.
Brandon Fields. I'm digging it, Brandon. But not as much as I'm digging Nathan. Damn. Bookmarking this one for later. Okay, hold on a second. Can I add that to my album playlist? Yeah, let's put that on Nathan East Top 10. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Not only is that a cool bass line, but I'm going to be checking out this dude who is going around boosting albums with tube amps. Yes. The hero I didn't know I needed in my life. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, Yasuko Agawa. Very cool. 50. Wow. So I'm the dum-dum. She has been recognized as excellent because she has 29 albums, 54 releases. Wow. So started kicking off in 1980. Has an album called Gravy, which is just awesome. And Miss Mystery is 1987. So it looks like it did pretty well, but compared to some of her other things, Jazz Ballad, Gravy's been released 7 times. Oh, or it just got a super wide release. No, it got repressed 3 times. That's awesome. Okay, we're going to listen to some Gravy before we're done. That's what we're doing. But just to give a quick overview of some of the other city pop artists that Nathan East has worked with, just because it is a vast arsenal of artists. Hiroshi Sato, really amazing musician. And here, look at that. We got Paul Jackson Jr. on here too. And look at this. All these things Hiroshi Sato is playing. He's known for his keys, just slapping unbelievably hard with them keys. Charisma. Did we look at any Charisma? I don't know if we did. I have no idea who this is. We're going to have to check this out. Some jazz. I don't remember Time in Motion. Yeah, I don't know who. Kaoru Korikimura Maki. Man, I'm going to fail. Pass. So bad. More Hiroshi Sato. Sadao Watanabe. As we discussed, Henri. Cassiopeia. T-Square. We didn't even listen to any T-Square. I didn't even know what that was. I have no idea what this is. Akira Fuse. Oh, here's our Gravy, baby. This is what we're doing right here. Marlene, Looking for Love. You know. Takeshi Ito, the man behind the alto sax of T-Square, and the man who is single-handedly made wearing a beanie with a cross on it cool. Sam Harris. Not very good. Sorry. So, we're going to wrap it up here by checking out some Gravy. And man, if that guy ends up having this again with 2... Oh, my cup runneth over. High quality tube sound, baby. And the first song's Gravy. Here we go. What's happening? Are they saying doodle wop? Or do the wop?
Give a little gravy if you wanna listen to sauce. This kind of gravy is watch out, you might get lost. If you want a bit cool as can be, you know what to do. I put a little gravy in your speech and you can say it with just a little bit of gravy. In your ABC, a little bit of gravy. Easy as to remember, a little bit of gravy. Gravy is the key, a little bit of gravy. A little bit on your Starts with a do.
A little bit of gravy is the key, y'all.
Might sound crazy, but gravy is what you need. A little bit money is what I want when I say give me some gravy, please. Also when you're dancing on the dance floor, gravy on a beat, make a slide with the beat. Come on, baby, let's dance some more. Gravy in your ABC.
What is this train whistle? Okay, who approved these lyrics? Who's responsible? Augie Johnson. Okay, if I saw this guy singing about a little bit of gravy with a gravelly voice and maybe a joking manner, I would get it. But she's so earnest about the gravy. She's not sounding Oh my goodness. Well, nothing's gonna top that. Gravy. Written by Augie Johnson. Performed by Yasuko Agawa. And based by Nathan East. Wow. Yeah. What's up, Hunter? I strive to do one of these with you. Yeah. Let's put some gravy on it, homie. Get it going. All right, that is definitely that's why we do it, baby. That's why I wake up on Thursday mornings to do the channel, is for these little hidden gravy gems poured on me. And when I'm talking about gravy, in the third verse, finally defined gravy is money, because she just didn't feel like the song was clear enough, so she had to make sure we knew what gravy she was talking about. Okay, enough talk about that. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody. So the second dive through Nathan East here. I think even though we got a lot more Nathan East in the collection to explore, I think that's something that we can all do on our own and look forward to running into in the future when we see, of course, more Nathan East, because he is, like Thanos, inevitable in the best possible way. All right, if you have not joined the Discord channel, link down below. Go join it. It's a fun place. Totally free. Great people. And we've got some cool things in the works. Don't want to ruin any surprises or jinx anything, but there's a collaboration in the process. I keep kicking this table. Sorry. Be on the lookout for that. Should be pretty fun. I'm behind on the tabs this last week, but you know, it was Valentine's Day, and I love my partner. And so I made riddles and things for her instead of doing a tab. Sorry. I'll get back to it today. So doing new tabs. Still got basics in the works. I'm just finishing up the scripts right now. I've got all the original music made. Maybe I'll pop that over in the Discord, let you guys check that out, see what you think. Give me some feedback before I finalize all that. But most importantly, thank you so much for all of the love and support. I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, a wonderful weekend. I think we got a holiday coming up here on Monday for some people. So if you don't work on Monday, 3-day weekend coming up. Woo! But you guys are the best. Take care. And until next time, watch out for some good Nathan East in your life, because he's Probably lurking around the corner on the radio. Playing Easy Lover.